Welcome to the special edition of the Biomimicry ECOtone. I'm Sibanda, just Gama for short. As usual, I'm here with my co-host, Hugo.
Hi, my name is Hugo. I'm a biomimicry professional from the second cohort. And I'm here because biomimicry brought me into a family. And this is what I like the most. So we wanted to congratulate the Biomimicry Institute for its 25th anniversary.
There's been so much transformation in my life with biomimicry, but I just share one. Before I did biomimicry, if I saw any insect in my house, the first instinct would be grab a shoe or grab a newspaper, roll it, and just squash the insect. After my very first in-person session with the biomimicry cohort, when I came back, my son saw an insect and he's like, let's squash it. I'm like, no. Grab a newspaper, we put it in front of the insect, it climbed on the newspaper, we took it outside and we released it. And my son was looking at me, is this guy losing his marbles or what? That was a major transformation for me. When I began to see nature as a library, rather than just as material that could be used just for satisfying human greed or just as a transactional thing for human satisfaction.
When I think about how this biomimicry has influenced my life, it influenced it in every single way. For example, I went to live to nature. I was just trying to better understand the life principles, took me back to nature, and I was living in a national park for more than 4 years. From there, everything changed because once that you get into reconnection, you see things differently. So it really helped me to find this kind of universal communication language that could be interdisciplinary and that is related to biology. And I think this is what I would like also to thank the most to Janine and to Dana, because they've been relentlessly pushing. And of course, the effort of Beth, and Beth has been like another driving force of the Institute. This perception of community, for example, now I think about business in a natural way. I like to see ourselves as a cicada, as a community of cicadas, where we can be omnipresent, but not predated at all. I'm thinking also about the zebra effect. And when I start saying these kind of things, or I'm working in the regenerative digital membrane, so whatever I say, it's already like, oh, this guy is a biomimic. And I think I have this stamp on myself that I cannot take away anymore. It is really embedded the way that we have learned biomimicry and the way that we experience the reconnection.
Of all the courses I have done in my entire life, the Biomimicry Pro course was the one where I did not want to graduate. There was so much fun and so much fascination, especially with the in-person sessions in different biomes of the world. So the longer we could keep this happening, I think that's what led us to BSOL. Maybe you can say a little bit about BSOL.
So we felt that they were so powerful, these in-person sessions and these experiences of immersion in nature, interdisciplinary experiences, that we felt that we needed to keep going. You didn't want to graduate, but it was inevitable. So we have graduated, and then from there, we have created a whole experience around reconnection and about getting deeper in biomimicry, because this is something that you want to keep exploring. There is nobody that holds the truth in biomimicry. It is actually collective, like the idea of becoming a superorganism and then having presence of different biomimics in one bioregion. That is what BSOL was, how to add value as biomimics to a territory. And that was a nice experiment that now, for example, has led me to Costa Rica to think about the bioregion as a whole. But it is thanks to this BSOL experience that I have the arguments to say this is working, guys. And 10 years ago, we're kind of showing and sharing the systems and the possible results. And now, after 10 years, we have results. And we've been pulling together communities, weaving communities, catalyzing communities, and all through this small initiative. So also in biomimicry, I learned that I can make a difference.
Of course, we were thinking that we would rotate, go to different continents and experience this immersion in different places. When COVID came and we had to pivot, if we couldn't see one another in person, we still had to leverage the internet. And then we reimagined how else we could communicate, and biomimicry ECOtone was born. Why is the ECOtone so important?
It is because it is a transition zone. Transition zones are the borders in between two different ecosystems, but except that borders are not as we humans line it, because an ecosystem just overlaps one on the other. So think about the beach and the coastal dune. So you have an entry of the sea, and then the sand and the land. So this is a place where you see organisms from the sea and organisms from the land also getting a little bit into the sea. So this ECOtone is the safety zone for us as biomimicry practitioners, especially us as biomimicry professionals, to have this safety net and safety place to share deeper emotions and deeper insights around biomimicry, because we felt we needed. So we've been doing this already for 18 months. We're about to be in the 19th month. And I think has been such a beautiful experience, because the ECOtone is just giving voice to those biomimics that are not always visible. So making visible the invisible through biomimicry has been one of our outcomes.
Yeah, indeed, showcasing the success stories, but also just the experiences of the different biomimics in different parts of the world. I think for me, the knowledge has really, really been amazing. Initially, we thought the ECOtone would last 18 months, and we've already gone beyond 18 months. I think we're also having this problem. We can't stop this. It's too good as well.
It has proved that it is a needed space. So it's completing a function that it was needed for the community. So feel free to contact us, please, and propose someone.
For now, the Biomimicry ECOtone show, we hold it every second Thursday of the month at 1800 hours Central European time, or 10 a.m. Mountain time for those in the US. We will keep doing this, maybe until we run out of guests. I don't know if we'll run out of guests.
Biomimicry has given me hope for regeneration. The science embedded into biomimicry, in the biology, into what nature has regenerated, is the one leading regeneration right now. And we need to keep pushing biomimicry in the way of creating conditions conducive to life.
For those who don't know, Hugo and myself were in the second cohort of the BPROs that started in 2011. So we had this practicum that we needed to co-produce as part of a multidisciplinary team. I think I was the engineer there. Hugo was wearing the business hat. In spite of the fact that I also wear the business hat, he also wears the engineering hat.
Yeah.
But and then we also had a biologist and a designer, and we came up with this Biominga innovation model, which basically is a distillation of innovation patterns that nature has evolved over eons, and we express this in different ways.
It's an honor to share with you and with all these biomimics. Every time that you go, biomimicry gives you an extension of your family.